Okay, before you get mad at me, I promise it's my last Xuan video, at least until she comes out. What I have been asked from a lot of people over on the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/MaximumGacha, is how am I building my DPS Xuan? Because she's not meant to be a DPS. But I kind of enjoy playing the game in the dumbest way possible, because meta ain't all that. Right, before I jump into it, I just want to say thank you so much for 1.2k. We are growing like you wouldn't believe. So seriously, thanks for the support. Now with Fu, where do you kind of start? For me, it's pretty easy. So from the dreams I've seen, she is a HP scaling preservation, which is kind of weird. It kind of makes it a bit tricky to kind of build around. Ultimately, it's not that bad. There is a bit of a caveat here, so I'm going to go for her E1. I made a video on her E1 in my previous video. You can check that one out if you want to. Explaining that her E1 gives, allegedly in a dream, a 30% crit damage buff to all allies with her skill afflicted onto them. So I'm going to go for that. Granted, I don't actually know if she gets her skill as well. But just in case she does, I want to let you know that that may be a thing which might separate mine from yours. At least when she comes out. Not right now, we're currently theory crafting. So the sets that you want to use on Xuan, so I'm going to kind of give you options as opposed to just concrete, this is what you must use. Because you can kind of play around with it, find the happy medium between, is she constantly dying, but she does a heap of damage? Or can she take a bit of a blow, but her damage is less? So ideally, I'm going to be running a 2-piece of Longevous Disciple, and I'm going to be running a 2-piece of Genius of the Brilliant Stars, the Quantum set. You could run a 4-piece set of Brilliant Stars, because it does give you a 20% damage defense ignore on enemies that have Quantum as a weakness. But I kind of want my Fu to survive a little bit more than not, as well as her scaling off HP for her ultimate. It's kind of good to have some more HP. Obviously, you'd want the basics for your sets. Like for Boots, you'd probably want speed if you wanted to be going more often than not. And your chest piece, quite frankly, just crit damage. Obviously dependent on the relics that you do have and don't have without farming, but those are the two main ones that I will be looking for, is speed boots and crit damage chest. Now, if you were to go on to the orbs, the planetary ornaments, it does get a bit, you do get a little bit more variety here. So with the orbs, you can do, say for example, you could run Broken Kill. I'm going with Broken Kill purely off the fact that it increases crit damage by 10% to all allies on effect res 30%, and that also helps her being able to take more of a hit. You could probably use Inert Salsotto and Celestial Differentiator. However, Celestial Differentiator is kind of a meme. Sure, it gives you 16% extra crit damage, but you just get a buffer at that point because, what, you get increased crit rate for one turn? Who cares? Genuinely, who gives a shit? Salsotto would work if you are lacking in crit damage because it does boost crit rate, and it also does have an effect of when you hit over 50%, your ultimate is increased by 15%. If you haven't noticed already, we are just trying to stack the ultimate. The more we can get into that, the better this nuke variant of Xuan's gonna do. In terms of the stats, you probably want to go for quantum damage boost on the orb. I would say energy recharge or the rope. Either that or HP. Both work fine. I wouldn't go attack because you kind of do kill two birds with one stone when you run the HP percent rope, because she scales HP for her attack anyway. And that means she can also take more of a hit. But energy recharge also allows you to just be able to fire that ultimate as much as humanly possible. So to sum up, the way I'm gonna do it, if that's truly what you really care for, is 2-piece of Longevous Disciple and 2-piece of Brilliant Stars. And then for the planetary ornaments, I'm gonna be running Broken Kill, and I'm gonna be going for probably an energy recharge rope or a HP one. I've already got the quantum damage boost orb as it is right now. Team comps, just purely for like a meme ability, I'm probably gonna have the Bronya in there for the buff. Tingyun, if I pull her. And then, you know, probably Lynx because she's new. New equals better. I'm putting Luocha in the bin. I don't actually like hate Luocha, it's just... it's just fun to make fun of him. Luocha stands, don't get mad at me. But ultimately, that's kind of like my guide for my Nuke Xuan. There's definitely other ways to do it. There's definitely ways to get more attack out of your build as opposed to just pure ultimate damage. But hey, I like big numbers. And it's also, again, I'm going to repeat it, you need to find the balance of trying to stay alive and trying to do big damage. Because especially in the case of Xuan, where she takes damage on behalf of teammates, you want to make sure she can actually take a hit. You don't want a glass cannon build because you're just going to be only hurting yourself. But hey, simply don't care. You're a Giga Chatter. I respect you. I hope you crack a mil on that ultimate. Look, that will open up many possibilities to make her do even more damage because obviously defense shred is brilliant, if we're being honest. Also, I think I might touch on it in this video just to be safe. Her light cones are a bit hard to kind of navigate because she scales off HP. Obviously, her signature light cone is going to be the best option because it does scale HP. I don't think there's any light cone that does that. So I think for free-to-play options, well, not so much free-to-play, I believe this is the light cone that is from the battle pass, but I'm going to be running, if I don't get her light cone, this is me. Because of the main ability, which is it increases the wearer's defense by 16%, which kind of helps with taking a hit, on top of increases the damage of the wearer when they use their ultimate by 60% of their defense. Look, we're trying to make that number as big as possible. I think this is the way to do it if you don't have any other options. Like, I'm sure you could make a case for Trendy Universal Market, but it's not so much the same thing as the damage that we are going for. But it still does do damage nonetheless in the fact that it afflicts burn and DOT. But ultimately, that's pretty much my guide. I don't have much else to say until she comes out. Streams are popping off on Twitch. I want to say thank you for the support there as well. I have not had more fun playing Star Rail as I have recently started making content. So I can't thank you enough. Okay, enough of being cheesy. As well as if this video did help you in any way, shape, or form, please subscribe and like the video. Kinda helps. Thank you for the support again. I'm not going to say it anymore. And as always, I'm not going to take any more time up out of your day. I'm gonna head out. See ya.